This is a review of my 2007 Yamaha Virago 250. I have owned it for 3.5 years. I've ridden it about 4,000 miles since buying it. For your information, I am 5 feet 11 inches tall, barefooted. I weigh around 200 pounds and have a 32-inch inseam. I purchased the Virago in February 2022. I am the third owner. The second owner sold it to me, and he had it for less than a year. Both previous owners parked it in their garages, and I have done the same. It is in excellent condition with glossy burgundy paint, shiny chrome, no dents, dings, or scratches of any kind. For your information, the first Virago 250s were sent to the U.S. by Yamaha in 1988. It is a classic, small cruiser-style motorcycle. Other than a few changes, it is essentially the same motorcycle now as it was 37 years ago. That alone will tell you it is a very good design, it is very popular, and it is quite reliable. The 2008 model Virago was renamed the V-Star 250. So since 2008, the Virago is known as the V-Star 250, but essentially the same motorcycle. The Virago has a 249cc 60-degree V-twin single overhead cam engine, a 5-speed transmission. It weighs 302 pounds dry. Fuel economy is around 78 miles per gallon, and it has a 2-gallon tank. Top speed is just about 75 miles an hour. There's a front disc brake and a rear drum brake, and an 18-inch front tire and a 15-inch rear tire. I have thoroughly enjoyed every ride I've taken on this small, comfortable motorcycle. It is easy and fun to ride. It has a comfortable, well-cushioned seat, which is only 27 inches off the ground. The combination of its lightweight and ergonomic handlebars and seat arrangement make it very easy to operate. The aftermarket windshield adds to the rider's comfort. The Virago has more than enough power and torque to thrill you, but it won't scare a newbie. It is fast off the line and can get to 60 miles an hour very quickly. First gear is short, second gear not as short, but third gear, when the throttle is pinned, reveals the thrill of motorcycle riding. While top speed is somewhere near 80, the Virago is really designed to cruise all day long at 60 miles an hour. However, personally, I enjoy the 45 to 50 mile an hour range the most. The Virago really shines as a lightweight local commuter or errand runner. City streets and county roads or highways are ideal. Interstates, freeways, more than 4 lanes of traffic above 65 miles an hour should be reserved for the courageous or crazy, not me. Yes, the Virago will run at 70 miles an hour, but since most interstate traffic where I live moves above that speed, I don't care to compete in that arena. And while it will do 2-up rides, it is not designed to take 2 people too far or too fast. It is, after all, a relatively small motorcycle. The Virago has a pleasing rumble to the V-twin designed engine, and the smooth pumping V-twin sends a very little vibration through the seat or the bars. The placement of the shifter and the rear brake are far enough forward to let me, at 5'11" with a 32-inch inseam, ride really comfortably. In fact, that's the reason I chose it over other 250s. As for fuel economy, I have consistently seen 75 miles per gallon on 87 octane. So with a 2-gallon tank, 150 miles is possible between fill-ups. So after 3.5 years and 4,000 miles, what do I like about this little Yamamoto? Well, first of all, it's lightweight, making sitting at stoplights or moving it around in the garage very easy. The 27-inch comfortable seat and forward foot controls are a plus. I like the feel of the ergonomic shaped handlebars. It has an impressive exhaust rumble and enough power and torque for my taste. and it's ultra reliable, as well as easy and inexpensive to maintain. I found the bike perfect in looks, sound, and comfort. In fact, I have only done 2 modifications. I swapped the original round and nearly useless mirrors with rectangular ones to provide a more useful view of traffic behind me. And I added a tall windshield which reduces wind force against my chest and my head and keeps bug guts off my helmet shield. So, who do I think would really enjoy owning this bike besides everyone? While any motorcycle enthusiast will like it, here's some reasons why you shouldn't buy it. The Virago250, if you're planning to do off-roading, forget it. Adventure riding, forget it. Long distance cruising, no. Or pulling wheelies at 80 miles an hour on the freeway. Avoid this bike also if you're more than 6 feet tall and weigh more than 250 pounds. But first-time riders will love it. I've owned a Honda Rebel, which is a parallel twin. I did the motorcycle safety course on a Suzuki 250 single cylinder. I think the Virago is a better choice than both of those due to the comfort, the forward foot controls, and the V-twin rumble. The Virago looks like and sounds like a bigger motorcycle. I also would recommend this to anyone who will use the Virago for short local rides to the bank, the gym, to school, to work. You will find this bike easy to operate, fun to ride, and cool mornings in the little twisties will be very therapeutic. As a used bike, this popular little cruiser is usually available, very often well cared for, and can be purchased in excellent condition locally, generally for under $2,500. I've owned many much bigger, heavier motorcycles, more powerful motorcycles. I've enjoyed all of them for one reason or another. I've also owned 3 other 250 cc's and many vintage bikes 18cc and under. Currently, my 2007 Virago, which I named Ruby Yamamoto, shares her garage with my jet black 2013 PCX, Honda PCX 150, appropriately named Night Rider. At this time in my life, the only motorcycle remaining on my bucket list is the iconic Yamaha TW, and I would trade this Yamamoto for a TW in a heartbeat. In summary, motorcycle ownership is similar to owning guitars or surfboards. You cannot own too many. There's so much variety, yet no one needs any of these delightful toys. However, it's not about need, it's about the pleasure they provide. Millions of people journey through life from the cradle to the grave without a motorcycle. But why would you do that? It makes no sense to those of us who have discovered the joyous pleasure of riding through life on 2 wheels. And finally, each rider must choose a motorcycle best suited for the environment in which he or she will be riding. And hopefully, you will own more than one type or one brand. But if you are new to riding, or you're a smaller person or a younger person, or an older person thinking of riding again, and if you are not addicted to the thrill of high-speed moto madness, the Virago 250 is an excellent choice. And please remember, moto men and women, wear all the gear all the time and ride safe.